this report, and he assured me that some Simon's down in Boulders. Folks, this is Chris Wyatt reporting from South Africa. Salve Italia! Herzlichen Glückwunsch für alle auf der Welt, die jetzt unsere Zuschauer sind, hier bei uns heute, der 8. August 2024. Und wir sind wieder da für eure tägliche Nachrichten. Was sonst? Nachrichten. Wir sprechen und wir werden Sie Bescheid sagen, was los ist. Ja, bonjour tous, je suis très heureux que vous êtes là avec nous encore pour notre transmission. Aujourd'hui, votre quotidienne actualité, le 8 août 2024. Bonjour tous. Hochhandet South Africa. Hey, how's it going, folks? Otsi Hidijang. Pleasure to see you all once again. In the chat, we have Ulrich Fenter, Vilma Erasmus de Barum, John Huchin, Clive Streak, Sedgefield is back. Matthew Dixon is confused about our singer's mustache. Mr. Punisher's back. Good to see you again. Charmaine, welcome once again. Jeanette, hello. Diane says, good evening, not staying, off to watch another stream. Off to watch another stream. What are you watching? Do tell us. Inquiring minds want to know. Erica's here. Welcome, Erica. And Divet Engelbrecht. Gaan dit goed? En jij, Colonel? Yeah. Pretty good. Seems good. Thank you very much, Divet Engelbrecht. Pleasure to see you there. I always get confused with Afrikaners that have two surnames, Divet and Engelbrecht. Patrick, Miss Puma, Richard Lemmer, and John Jarvis here. Welcome to everybody. Hey, folks. So, what's going on? I want to talk about something very quickly before we get into the news. I did a video on this, and it's important. So there's a lot of conservatives and right-wing folks running around and media outlets that are going after Tim Walz, little Timmy. Hello, lassie. Little Timmy Walz. Going after little Timmy Walz for stolen valor. Well, I don't have any objections to that because he's a thoroughly dislikable, despicable piece of human detritus as far as I'm concerned. He's a leftist wackadoodle who's responsible for the carnage and destruction and death that were unimaginable in the city of Minneapolis just a couple of years ago. He's a man who is a habitual liar based on his public statements and actual facts. So I don't have a problem with going after him for stolen valor, but let's be very clear about the stolen valor. You've got to attack what is actually stolen valor. There's a video of him on National Public Radio, and I'm going to play that for you right now. Hang on a second here. Get it up. I wasn't planning on playing this, but I'm going to go ahead and play it now. In which he which he talks about his military service. So let's bring that up on the camera, and we'll get that up, and then I'll get myself up on the camera as well. So just a second here. It's a short clip, so just stick with me. It won't take long. Are you going to see me again? Oh, there I am again. Ooh. Here's the screen. Okay, so this is Tim Walz on National Public Radio several years ago. And listen to him describe this military service.
Military background?
I spent 24 years in the National Guard, some of that full-time. I was an artilleryman. I deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. My battalion provided.
All right, he deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Enduring Freedom is the global war on terrorism. That's the campaign name given to it. I'm also a veteran of Enduring Freedom. He deployed in support of it. What he doesn't tell you in this video is that he was sent to Italy. I believe that's where the Minnesota Guard said he went. He served in Italy. His unit did correctly provide security at bases and installations from Turkey to the United Kingdom. So they were basically gate guards. But I'm not diminishing the service, but they weren't exactly in Afghanistan or Iraq. He'll later go on to say that that battalion is now in Iraq. Well, you're not in Iraq. Also, he's a liar about why he left the National Guard, but we'll get into that. I just want to dispel this because if you're going to attack a political opponent, you must do it correctly. You cannot go with false narratives. So here's one that I've dispelled already about this guy because there's plenty of dirt on this guy. The one about him changing the flag of Minnesota to a Somali-like flag. Yes, it does resemble a Somali flag. I covered that story, but he wasn't the one responsible for it. It was a commission put together by legislators. He did sign a piece of legislation that did ultimately changed the Minnesota flag, but he wasn't responsible. So it's important to get the news correct. So let me continue on.
Base security throughout the European theater from Turkey to England in the early stages of the war in Afghanistan. And that same battalion.
Notice how he said in the early stages of the war in Afghanistan, which is a true statement. But what he should have said is he deployed for Operation Enduring Freedom in support of the conflict by providing security and bases throughout Europe. And I was in Italy during Operation Enduring Freedom. But he mentions Afghanistan. That's so the uninitiated military, non-military that don't understand how it works will be misled. And so it's a typical political act by a politician. Listen to the rest.
Is now in Iraq at this time.
All right, so let's listen to the whole thing, okay? Listen to the whole thing again, straight through.
Background?
I spent 24 years in the National Guard, some of that full time. I was an artilleryman. I deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. My battalion provided base security throughout the European theater from Turkey to England in the early stages of the war in Afghanistan. And that same battalion is now in Iraq at this time.
And that's true. What he said is true, but it's a very dishonest disclosure. So John Huchin says that the news in Arizona is that he skipped out on his unit before Iraq. Well, that's true, and that's where the stolen valor part comes into play. Genuine stolen valor, not people wanting to pin him with stuff. Look, we're spending a lot of time talking about a vice president who really doesn't matter in the scheme of things normally, but there's a reason for this. This guy is a wackadoodle leftist who I don't say incited violence, but he certainly encouraged violence, and he's given driver's license to criminal alien invaders who should be deported, not given the privilege of having a driver's license. Unbelievable, licensing criminals who've invaded our country. Also, this guy is a huge BLM supporter. His wackadoodle wife said that when the riots were happening in Minneapolis, she opened the windows because it was important to breathe it in. I guess her white privilege convinced her that, this is something she needed to do. These people are dangerous. Yes, there's plenty of stolen valor to deal with this guy. He left the National Guard in 2006 or 2005. He claimed that the reason, and his campaign claimed in 2006, the reason he left the Guard is that he had to, and they said he resigned. You don't resign. If you're enlisted, you have an enlistment. You must complete your enlistment unless discharged by the military or request a reason to get out. He could have requested retirement, but that's different than resigning. He didn't resign. But the bottom line here is that he left the National Guard after 24 years, just before his unit went to Iraq. Just after it was alerted that it was deploying to the conflict. And this stolen valor coward left the National Guard. And the excuse that his campaign gave in 2006 why he left the National Guard was because he had to resign in order to run for political office. That is a bold-faced lie. 100% factually incorrect. Fiction entirely. That is simply not true, ladies and gentlemen. You do not have to leave the military if you are in the Guard or Reserve in order to run for and or serve for political office. That is a lie. Now, as a military member on active duty, you are prohibited from serving in elected office. That is true. You can't do that. However, Guardsmen and Reservists can serve. In fact, many of them do. Lindsey Graham served as a lieutenant colonel for like 3 decades in the Carolina, either in the reserve, I think it was reserves. And then on top of that, we have Strom Thurmond, who served for decades. He served in World War II and was a major general in a reserve component. Unbelievable. And then, of course, we've got Tulsi Gabbard, who served as a Democrat in the military. In the reserves while she was, it's unbelievable. And then, of course, right here in my own district is Brigadier General Scott Perry, the Pennsylvania National Guardsman, who spent his entire career in the Pennsylvania National Guard, became a member of Congress, I think as a captain or major, maybe it was a major, rose to the rank of 1 star in the Pennsylvania Guard, and he served. He even deployed to Iraq while serving in, this guy is just a bold-faced liar. So go for the actual stolen valor. Don't let the waters be muddied by false claims. The Minnesota flag, drop that. He lied in NPR, drop that. That's not the real story. The real story, that's just going to obfuscate, and that'll give Democrats a chance to go, see, Republicans are lying. He didn't mislead you. Just stick with the facts. Just stick with the facts. Well, Garrett, what do you mean make so much money to become VP? You don't have to have any money. You could be a homeless person and someone picks you to be the VP candidate. That there's no money involved in that. So all of his money apparently comes from state paycheck as a teacher and then as an elected official. He's never done anything in his life other than that. Okay, so what else we got here in the chat? I just wanted to share that really quick. Oh, there's not a lot of chat here. The only people that don't want war are the ones that have been through it. True. Well, cowards don't want it either, so they run away. Another announcement here today, folks. I have opened an account at Kick. And the reason I opened an account at Kick is because this dude he's got 30 million followers, and he just rants in his garage. I figured, why can't I do the same thing? So I've opened an account at Kick. If you're not familiar with Kick, it's a beta streaming service, which has been out for a little over a year, so I'm not sure why it's still beta, but you can only do live streams from what I can see. So I tested it earlier, and it worked. It was a little awkward, but it did work, and you can go see that test stream on Kick. My account on Kick is Red Storm Rising. Red Storm Rising. There you go, folks. And that might change my @real Chris Wyatt to Red Storm Rising just to start getting some political views over there. That'll be focused on politics and conservative politics. So Red Storm Rising. And I'll be doing live streams over there if you want to check it out. You want to support me. In order to do certain things on the channel, I have to have a certain number of followers and so many hours watched. I have to get like 75 followers. So if you're on Kick, please join me over at Red Storm Rising. Does someone have that link? I think I put it in WhatsApp. Let me see real quick here. Let me find one where nobody... Yeah, there it is. No, that's not the one I want. No, that's not the one I want. The one I want says, there it is, Red Storm Rising. There you go. Copy link. So if you want to check it out, you can please go over and join me. Paste. Red Storm Rising at Kick. I don't know if you need an account there to watch whatever. It's a little bit of an awkward site, but it's getting a lot of traction. And look, I'm an early adopter of most things, although I'm a bit late on this one. Hang on a second. I'm trying to. Why does it not let me do that? That's weird. Okay. Ugh, damn it. Pin message. There we go. Okay, so I finally got a pin. I'm not really sure. Did you see Trump interview with Aiden Ross? Yeah, I did not see it. I don't know who Aiden Ross is, and lucky him. You know, Trump keeps surrounding himself by all these people. It'd be nice if he gave me a little attention. I'm a bit envious about it. Yeah, so basically it's like our military handing themselves medals and awards for 30% achievement. Yeah, Quartz, that's kind of like that. Heard Aiden Ross interact with Trump. Yeah, Villy, welcome to you. Yeah, I don't know who Aiden Ross is. I know he did it. That thing has like 100 million views, 600,000 live streamers. That must have crashed the internet, and 100 million views. So for the past 5 days, Simon Ateba, the whiny little West African journalist who was treated poorly by the White House, and we support him. Then he turns around and runs around with his leftist narrative, claiming he's middle of the road. He's not. He's twice now reported on Kamala Harris's gatherings and said, look at the crowds. Should the Republicans be scared? No, buddy. The first one, Megan Thee Stallion performed with her profanity-laced, horrific rap music, and that's why people were there in Atlanta. And then they all left, and no one was there to hear Kamala Harris. At her rally she had in Wisconsin in Eau Claire, 2 Billboard Top 100 artists were there, and thousands of people came to see them perform. That's why they're there. They're not there for Kamala Harris. Simon Ateba needs to start being honest about his reporting. Gen Z gaming streamer, very successful. Yeah, well, I know who he is, Matthew, from that. But I mean, I don't really care to listen to Gen Z gamers. It's nice that people be famous off of social media. I guess I'm sort of a minor celebrity in South Africa, but other than that, not really. Yeah, but the point, it is smart going for that crowd. And I'm going to tell a story about Kick, and that's why I've set up a Kick account about this streamer. And he is profanity-laced rantings really seriously profanity-laced rantings on Kick. He has been getting pressure from the Secret Service and Kamala Harris to join the Harris campaign. He doesn't do politics, and he told them to get screwed. It's hilarious. But because he has 30 million viewers across his platforms, I thought, let me try Kick out. So we'll see how it goes. I'm also just trying to build some other stuff. So Hendo's put it in there. That's the beta testing new alternative media platform is Red Storm Rising. I thought that was a cool name. I was going to go with Red Wave. That was taken. Then Red Storm. That was taken. So I went with Red Storm Rising. There you go. And no, it's not communist. It is conservatives, since red is the number now tied to conservatives. Welcome to everybody in the program. Scott Ritter is an agent for Russia. I didn't see that. Well, Scott Ritter is, if we're talking about the same guy, it's just the guy that went to frickin' Iraq and lied. Yeah, that's him. Oh, he's a disgusting, nasty person. Yep. They didn't just raid his house. It looks like he's been arrested. Excuse me. Claims the search of his home is related to foreign agent law. Spent hours at his residence. Wow. Interesting. The FBI and state police were at hours at his house. Yeah, former UN weapons inspector. Yeah, that's the guy. Yep, nasty guy. Ritter said the search warrant allowed agents to look for electronic equipment in his home. There are clearly interesting communications I've had with people related to the work that I do. There's no doubt I'm being targeted because of statements I made about U.S. policy in Ukraine. I'm being targeted because I made an effort to try and improve relations between the U.S. and Russia. Bring about, okay. Yeah, no, I don't care for Scott Ritter, but I would be shocked to find out that he's an agent of a foreign power. He's definitely a nasty human being who lies about America habitually. And yes, I know he served in the Marines or something like that. But just because somebody served in the Marines doesn't mean they're honorable people. Almost all Marines are, but there's obviously exceptions. Plenty of them, unfortunately. So, wait a second. That's still open. I got to get rid of that one. There we go. All right, I'm trying to find my news now. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so let's bring this over here so we've got this Scott Ritter story we can talk about later on. Okay, there we go. All right, that is interesting. Very interesting. All right, my little shuffling going on here with, there we go. I'm back over here. Welcome to the 83 people currently here, but just 38 likes. Not just kidding. Do what you got to do. Yep, he's definitely a wacko. Yep. All right, so Verrated dairy case has been struck off the roll. I didn't see that, Garrett. That wasn't reported earlier. Yeah, but Villy, you're correct. It's smart of Trump to go for a younger crowd. It is, just like it's smart of him to go for all votes, not just to focus on one category of folks. Kamala Harris made a huge mistake by picking little Timmy Walz because Minnesota was already locked up. I mean, although Trump claimed they were close, but they weren't going to win Minnesota. If they do, it would be an incredible shocker. I think he might have had a chance to win Minnesota because like 49-49 or something like that after they nearly murdered him. But of course, now that's all out the window. Everyone's forgotten they tried to murder Trump. They shot him in the head, and he survived. He's a badass. Yeah, so I discovered something a couple days ago. I'd gotten the new shingles vaccine a few months back. And remember I had that cough that lasted a long time? I was like, do I have whooping cough? It's not whooping cough because it wasn't painful. It wasn't violent. But apparently that's a side effect of the new shingles vaccine. Wow. It's not uncommon for people to cough for months. Well, that explains it. Philip says, Dear Chris, hope you're well. If Kamala wins, all children will have to avoid public baths. Listen, if Kamala wins, there's nowhere to go, folks. There's nowhere to go. It's not like we can just, we'll move to Australia. That's a fascist country. We can't move to the UK. That is a fascist country. Unbelievable totalitarian fascist country, our Keir Starmer. Can't move to Germany because, we're not welcome there because we're actually German. We, those of us who are of German descent, we can't go there. Only people that aren't German are welcome there. Maybe Finland. I don't know. Maybe Finland. That may be a place to go. Got to go somewhere, but nothing is really good or safe. Well, I can't go to South Africa, Dylan. No, I can't do that. I mean, the ANC will not like me being there every day. I'll be able to report on everything they do. Mark says move to South Africa. What is shingles? No, it's not an old people's disease. People in their 30s can get shingles. Shingles is a reactivation of the chickenpox virus, and no one knows why it gets reactivated. The problem with the virus is that when you've had chickenpox, it resides in your body, and at some point, it reactivates. It happens in a number of people. I haven't had shingles. My father got it in the 80s. He was like 80 or 81 when he got shingles, and it was painful. It was horrible. I've seen other people who've gotten it. So when they developed the shingles vaccine around 2015 and made it available, they said it worked. So I was in the Army. I just turned 50. And, if you're over 50, they encourage you to get it because it really can be very, very serious. Not as serious for someone in the 30s, but people over 50, it can be very serious. So I got the vaccine. Well, turns out the vaccine had virtually no efficacy whatsoever. It was like 30% effective. They developed a new vaccine, tested it for years, and then after the Rona scam, I went ahead and got that shingles vaccine several months ago, last fall, and consequently, after that, had this enduring cough that just lasted for months. Remember that? I'm in Facebook jail. I told a BLM dude to go build their own schools instead of crying racist. Pretoria. Well, it seems that's not appropriate. Probably the phrase they came after you was their own, as in, that's supposedly a dog whistle for racist. That's not, but it's the nonsense. Sorry to hear that, Charmaine, but Facebook is an evil, disgusting, violent, leftist platform, just like Twitter once was. Now Twitter is a free speech, mostly, platform. Erica got shingles near the eye. Ooh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Look at that. Hendo's pimping my Kick site. Let me see if I have any followers now, just because Hendo keeps telling people about it. Let me go over and see. Do I have any followers? Okay, where is... Oh, this has 0 followers. Oh, that's so sad. Let me refresh it. Oh, I got 6 followers. Yay, look at that. 6 followers. Red Storm Rising has 6 followers already. Thanks for coming over to the Kick site phone. I will put content on it. By the way, I hadn't put any content on BitChute in a long time. I put several videos on BitChute today, but if you watch them here, it's the same ones over on BitChute. Mr. Punisher just signed up. Well, thank you, Mr. Punisher. Greetings. Didn't have chicken pox until my 40s. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, I had chicken pox as a kid. So I've told that story before. God bless it. So I've told that story before, and I'll tell again. So when I was a kid, Armour hot dogs, we had Oscar Mayer, we had Armour hot dogs, and others. But Armour was a national brand. Armour hot dogs. Anyway, they used to have this commercial, and I was standing on a low-lying coffee table in the kitchen as a young child, standing there in my underwear as my father applied Calmine lotion all over my body because of the chicken pox. And the commercial was, Armour hot dogs. Fat kids, skinny kids, even kids with chicken pox, Armour hot dogs. And of course, I was a skinny kid with chicken pox, so I'll never forget that. Yeah, getting chicken pox in your 40s is not pleasant. If you're going to get chicken pox, you need to have it as a kid. Much more robust immune system, and you bounce back from it much quicker. But then the virus retreats and stays in your body. Stays in your body, and it can be reactivated. It's kind of like HIV. It goes to sleep for a while, and then it wakes up one day. There you go. Anyway, folks, yeah, so if you're wondering what's going on in the chat, Hendo keeps pimping my new Kick live streaming platform. I opened up a new account there, and I called it Red Storm Rising. I was kind of on the spot to come up with a name, so I wanted to come up with something that was catchy, and it's Red Storm Rising. That's right. And we're not talking about algae. All right, let's get to the news. Lots of news to talk about. The Miss South Africa pageant. Oh, my goodness. This is a mess. But first off, the Mkhonto we Sizwe party has sent a letter to the Speaker of Parliament. The Speaker of Parliament has delivered that letter to the unfortunate members of the MK party. Over 20, no specific number given, over 20 members of MK have been sacked and have been shown the door and are no longer in Parliament. The MK party, with 58 members based on their 14.58% of the popular vote in proportional representation, 58 people in Parliament, but today they sacked at least 34% of their members. Wow, what is going on here? Well, this is typical of South Africa's non-democracy, where the tyranny of the majority rules, and the voters don't pick these people. So they can dismiss them willy-nilly, and you're stuck with that other clown comes up after them. News 24 saw letters that National Assembly Speaker Toko Didiza had written to some members to inform them that she had removed correspondence from the party's chief whip, Sile Nkubane, which stated that their membership had been terminated and they could no longer serve in Parliament. Dudu Zili, Dudu Head Zuma, and Sile Nkubane are pushing people out that have been working with MK since its inception. Well, that's because they support Jabulani Khumalo. Yeah, that's why they're gone. Bad news, folks. We've got the Swartland Dam. 2 dams have collapsed. Thousands of people affected by this. 1,000 people left destitute after 2 retention dams above the Riversland Dam in Swartland municipality collapsed in the early hours today. Gift of the Givers said they fully fledged term en route to assist those severely affected. Spokesperson Ali Sabli, whom I spoke to, said after a thorough inspection of the damage caused, more details will be shared. Our teams have been activated earlier this morning after several calls requesting our assistance. Sadly, the greatest concern is the inherent danger of a 3rd dam collapsing with enormous volume of water flowing into that dam. Wow, Riverland's primary school has since been handed over to the Gift of Givers as a base to which to set their operations. And the question, of course, rises, why does it take a charitable organization to respond to natural disasters in KZN, in the Eastern Cape, in the Western Cape? Why is it Gift of the Givers, not Western Cape, Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, the national government, SAPS, FEMA, something like that? Why does the national government not have this kind of response? Why is it that Gift of Givers is on the scene moments after a natural disaster occurs, and we have to wait for government resources to show up? Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Well, folks, another DA, Freedom Front Plus coalition, is on the rocks. Ooh, not good in the Western Cape. Langeberg is collapsing because the DA is acting like petulant children in tossing their toys out of the pram. Tossing their toys out of the pram. What is going on with the DA in the Western Cape? They're acting like children. They keep insulting and misleading people about the Freedom Front Plus. What's that all about? This is twice now. Another coalition agreement between the DA and Freedom Front Plus is on shaky ground. This time it's in Langenberg. Yesterday, the DA said the coalition between it and the Freedom Front Plus had dissolved after a dispute in which the DA had lodged against the Freedom Front Plus over refusal to support the coalition's budget in the council back in May. Now, from the DA's provincial leader, Tertius Simmers, this constitutes a material breach of the coalition agreement and contributes significantly to the breakdown of trust between the parties. Well, the problem is that the Freedom Front Plus says that's not what happened. Corne Mulder said it's unfortunate the DA decided to walk away from the coalition where we expressed our willingness to continue our agreement. We did not vote against the budget. We abstained from voting. We asked for the budget to be discussed in the joint caucus. Now the DA has decided to walk away from this agreement, and by doing so, they're leaving residents in a lurch. Well, it's hard to disagree with that because the DA doesn't have a rebuttal to that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just, of course, the economic freedom fighters who are enmeshed in the VBS scandal, the collapsed bank, the Venda Bank scandal. It is also the ANC. And the ANC now wants to revive the dissolved bank. These people are comical. They absolutely are. Look, I appreciate that the people who are defrauded should be compensated, but that doesn't mean this bank should come back into place. ANC backs a VBS revival as Fikile Mbalula commits to paying back the money. You don't have any money. You used all the money that Tehran gave you for the election. ANC has backed calls to revive the VBS Mutual Bank after its National Executive Committee at the weekend. They committed to its paying back any monies they may have accrued unknowingly. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see. He said the NEC reaffirmed our position that all people implicated for wrongdoing in VBS must be subject to full course of the law. Additionally, the NEC committed that the ANC will return any monies proven to have accrued to it unknowingly from the destruction of VBS. The problem with this is that who gives a flying flip what the National Executive Committee of the ANC has to say about VBS? They're not the government. That's an internal party structure meant to coordinate activities and policy positions that the party is forwarding, not to make decisions about prosecuting criminals. That is not how things work. But of course, that is how things work in criminal enterprise ANC South Africa. You see, the president of the ANC is more important than the president of the Republic. We've seen this with successive ANC presidents. My goodness. Yeah, shut up, Fikile Mbalula. Well, the Patriotic Alliance also searching for relevance. The only part of the Patriotic Alliance that anybody ever hears about, of course, is Gate McKenzie, the Sports and Arts and Culture Minister. But now the PA is lodging a complaint in the case of Miss South Africa. They're seeking legal action against Miss South Africa's Adetshina's identity. Wow. They're saying a debacle here at the Times Live. Patriotic Alliance has initiated legal action against the Miss South Africa organization in a bid to get Chidima Adetshina withdrawn from the competition. Now, here's the problem with this. They have not proven that this woman is not South African, yet they are trying to remove her from this competition. This is an abuse of authority. This is an abuse of power. You have no evidence. You've not proven that she's not South African, and therefore you are wrong. This is unbelievable. But she's gone. She left. Yep. The whole situation, even for the Times of India is reporting this. Adetshina has faced online abuse since rumors swirled that she was Nigerian. Now government ministers say her mother may have used someone else's name. So the xenophobia row continues in the Rainbow Nation, intensified with the government investigating the background. After beginning the investigation on Tuesday, South Africa Home Affairs Department said late Wednesday that her mother may have committed identity theft and assumed the name of an innocent South African mother around the time of birth. Now, that is irresponsible by the Department of Home Affairs. Who are they to report that the mother may have done that? They haven't proven it. They are going to the public to sully the reputation of this young lady, to undermine the justice system. It is not the role of the government to come out and say someone may have done something. If they have evidence she committed fraud, then say it. This is wrong, morally and politically. Well, Home Affairs says they've opened this investigation and that she may have committed identity theft. The mother, not her, but her mother. Prima facie reasons exist to believe that fraud and identity theft may have been committed. Really, prima facie reasons, not prima facie evidence. Notice how they say reasons, not evidence. This is just wrong. Well, it's a sad story for this young woman. So they're trying to revoke her citizenship, and they haven't even proven she's not a citizen. This is guilty before proven. Wow. Miss South African contestant Chidima Adetshina remains a South African citizen until Home Affairs conclusively completes investigation of her mother's citizenship status. And even if any fraud is proven, revoking her identity number would require an extensive legal process. Correct. Yet they're acting as if she is the one who's committed some sort of crime. Well, all the pressure is built up, and she has withdrawn from the race. Wow. Miss South Africa top 9 finalist Adetshina has withdrawn from the competition. Her withdrawal from the pageant comes after public scrutiny about her eligibility to represent the country because of her Nigerian father and mother, who was previously said to be South African. They said they'd found prima facie evidence. Now this says evidence, suggesting, see, that's News 24 is saying evidence, but that is not the verbatim quote from Home Affairs. Home Affairs said reasons. They didn't say evidence. Now we can quibble about whether there's a difference, but there is a legal difference between saying reasons and evidence. News 24 once again is rushing to say something that was not stated. They didn't say they had evidence. They said they had reasons to believe there's prima facie. Yeah. Anyway, News 24, Propaganda 24. You know, all of this attention on this young lady, and no one's talking about the Mama Joy situation anymore. No one's talking about real issues in South Africa, like corruption, murder, theft. They're talking about beauty pageants. Ridiculous. Exactly, Mike. Doesn't South Africa have more pressing problems outside of beauty pageants? Apparently they don't. Yeah, same cock as the predatory girls. Now, I'm going to say this right now. Even if they find out that her mother got an identity document fraudulently and became a South African citizen, why are they picking on this woman? And even if her mother obtained an identity document fraudulently and this girl was born in South Africa, and that's all she knows, she has a South African identity number, she grew up as a South African, and you're going to say she's not South African now? Well, people accusing us of being heartless because the so-called dreamers, that's a situation for them, except it's not the situation for them. Those are people who weren't born here, who were brought here illegally, and they're not Americans. So we're not heartless. They don't belong here. Illegal immigrants who come here and drop their babies here and born here, we're stuck with that. That's what's going on here. Yeah, Ms. Puma, it doesn't matter if she's born there. South African law requires that you be born in South Africa and one of your parents be South African. Otherwise, you're not a South African. So that's the South African law. Our law is you just drop your baby here, and that your kid's a citizen, which is morally wrong. It should be the same in South Africa, actually. Exactly, distracting the news cycle. Yep. Well, Floyd Shivambu is making noise again. The irrelevant economic freedom fighters trying to race hustle yet again. It's worrying that Helen Zilla can divide black parties. Well, Floyd Shivambu, what is a black party? Is that not racist and exclusionary? Let me ask this question to Floyd Shivambu. Is a black party racist and exclusionary? You're calling the EFF a black party? Isn't Jack Markowitz part of your party? Don't you have some willing fellow traveler accomplices who are pale skins like me? Ooh, pale skin. Yes. So how is your party a black party? Is it a black party with token whites? Is that what you're saying it is? How is that allowed in a rainbow nation where equality and justice are supposed to be the same? There's no such thing as a black party. There may be a party that's overwhelmingly black, but it's not a black party. If you want a black party, then you're violating the tenets of South Africa. Concerned citizens should do a video about this. I'm sure she probably will. Concerned citizens should say, hey, black parties, what's that? You're calling the DA white, which isn't true, and you're calling yourself black? Who's the one obsessed by race? Well, the EFF, obviously, and Floyd Shivambu. He says black people should discuss perpetually why it's so easy for Helen Zilla to divide them. This guy is such a deuce. The DA's Helen Zilla has embarked on a mission to divide black progressive political parties and has succeeded. These black parties now have to look into why it's so easy. The truth of the matter is the reason why the three largest black parties, as he will call them, which would be the ANC, the MK, and EFF, are divided is because they're all criminals who want the same cake and they all want to be in charge. That's why there's three parties. The ANC begat the EFF. The ANC begat MK. The ANC begat COPE. And it goes on and on and on. They all want their turn at the pig's trough. And this guy involved in the VBS scandal should shut his mouth because he's going to wind up in prison eventually. Well, speaking of prison, Ace Magashule's former personal assistant has finally been extradited from America. Former PA Muradi Cholat Lota has been extradited to South Africa. She will be a key witness in a $255 million asbestos tender corruption case and was charged after refusing to cooperate with the state and is now an accused. Well, that's what she gets for trying to skip bail or skip this country. The state alleges that high-ranking officials, including Magashule, received kickbacks. We know this years ago, with only $21 million worth of work being complete out of a $255 million rand tender. Yep, she was expected to land at 5 p.m. in OR Tambo today, which means she should be on the ground. Yep, right now, she should be on the ground. Pivotal witness for the state in the corruption case. Yep. Will we finally see Ace Magashule going to jail? Perhaps. Former NFP Secretary General Kanan Mliche resigns to join the MK party amid coalition controversy. Now, this is yet another nasty race hustler. Yep, let's talk about this guy. Yes, Carl Nyhorst is in this EFF, that's right. His resignation comes after the ANC lost power in KZN, but he wasn't in the ANC. He was the National Freedom Party. In an interview with Newsroom Africa, he explained his resignation from the NFP by expressing his dissatisfaction with the party's decision to form a coalition government with political parties like the DA and the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. First and foremost, the voters reject the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. I can't even talk about DA because it's a political party that does not care about black people in this country. And that is racist. That is disgusting and vile. It's a total lie. These shameful asshats that are politicians perpetuating these racial narratives. This person should not be in government. These people need to be ostracized for being bigots. Ladies and gentlemen, Japan has gone through another earthquake. A 7.1 magnitude tremor was felt in Japan on the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire, go down, down, down. This burning ring, the Ring of Fire. Wow, it was off the coast of the Miyakaze Prefecture at 4:42 in the afternoon at a depth of 18 miles, 7.1 magnitude, and there have been tsunami warnings in Japan as a consequence. 3 people reported injured. Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimashi Hayashi said, although he added that there had been no blackouts or damage to the water and communication systems in the region. Seismologists held an emergency meeting to analyze whether the quake had affected nearby Nankai Trough, the source of past devastating earthquakes. You live on the Ring of Fire, you got to live with the consequences. United Nations has adopted a new Security Council resolution for the Democratic Republic of Congo. While the U.S. has voted in favor of the resolution, we remain concerned that the provision of air assets and armored vehicles to facilitate movement of the SADC troops could inflame regional tensions at a fragile moment. At this council, we have stressed many times there's no military solution. Rather than expanding military operations, parties should instead focus on ending the violence, re-engaging through the Luanda process, and promoting accountability for human rights abuses by all actors. This statement by Ambassador Robert Wood, an alternate representative for special political affairs to New York. And Robert Wood is a dingbat doorknob because there is no civil solution to this. It's been tried over and over again. You cannot end this conflict unless you round up all the militias and stop it. They'll just keep popping up. As I've reported previously, Mohammed Yunus, the Nobel Prize laureate for micro lending, is landing in Bangladesh to take over as the interim leader. The octogenarian will lead Bangladesh. Bangladesh's interim leader, Mohammed Yunus, has given an emotional speech to waiting reporters after he arrived back in the country to take up his position as head of a caretaker government. The entrepreneur and Nobel laureate said he hoped to restore calm and rebuild Bangladesh after the uprising that ended the 15-year increasingly autocratic rule of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. I've seen disturbing Twitter posts claiming that Hindus have been strung up and are being murdered by Bangladeshi Muslims. I don't know if it's true. I can't prove the provenance of any of these things. I've seen images of people strung up by their feet and dead, people being assaulted and murdered, women being raped, and girls who are Hindu being rounded up to be sex slaves. This is what's being spread on X at the moment. I don't know if any of that's true, but I would not be at all surprised that it is true. Pretty scary stuff. U.S. ambassador to Japan does not go to a memorial service in Nagasaki because Israel wasn't invited. Big mistake by the Japanese government. U.S. Ambassador to Japan, Rahm Emanuel, oh my God, is that where he's at now? Rahm Emanuel, the vile, disgusting loser from the Clinton administration, is still around. He'll skip this year's atomic bombing memorial in Nagasaki tomorrow because Israel was not invited. He will not attend the event because it was politicized by Nagasaki's decision not to invite Israel. He'll instead honor the victims of Nagasaki at a ceremony at a Buddhist temple in Tokyo. The bomb dropped by the United States in Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, destroyed the city, killing 140,000 people. A second bomb was dropped on Hiroshima on the 5th, a few days later. Wow, that one killed 70,000. Thousands have been evacuated after Ukraine, the poor victim in the conflict, attacked by Russia. Ukraine, the innocent party in the war. Ukraine, which has been bombing Moscow, the innocent party, has invaded Russia. Ukraine invaded Russia with Western military equipment, of course. We have facilitated this invasion of Russia. A state of emergency has been declared in Kursk following Ukrainian incursion into the border region. Acting Regional Governor Alexei Smirnov said that the operational situation in the border areas of Kursk remained complicated. Here's a screen grab from video of Russian Minister of Defense showing Russian forces launching a missile attack targeting military equipment, which looks very much like a U.S. Bradley from this angle. Thousands of residents have been evacuated. A state of emergency has been declared in Kursk after Russian authorities said Ukraine launched a rare incursion into the Russian border region earlier in the week. In order to eliminate the consequences of enemy forces entering the region, I have decided to declare a state of emergency, Smirnov said, adding that drone and missile attacks had continued overnight. Wow, the innocent Ukrainians. What are they up to? Yesterday, Ukraine invaded Russia. Today, Ukrainians march nearly 10 miles. Whatever Kiev aims to achieve, it's taking a huge risk. Yes, going to lose a lot of support from people that thought you were victims. Several times since Russia widened its war in Ukraine, Ukrainian allied forces have crossed into Russia for brief, showy raids. The risky raids have never accomplished very much except to embarrass Russian leaders until now. Yesterday, elements at least 2 Ukrainian army brigades, apparently not including pro-Russian fighters, exploited a gap in the defense around the village of Shudza in the Kursk Oblast on the Russian side of Ukraine's northern border. A day later, hundreds of Ukrainian troops from the 22nd 88th Mechanized Brigade, supported by artillery, drones, and air defenses, marched nearly 10 miles into southern Russia. It's an impressive feat for an army that's been on the defensive for a whole year and which struggled to mobilize sufficient manpower to hold off relentless but costly Russian assaults. Wow. So I'm not sure what the goal is here, wrote John Helen, a Ukraine expert with the Finnish analysis group Blackbird. According to unreliable reports, Ukraine has concentrated elements from 2 to 4 brigades in the area. They were gravely needed elsewhere. What is Ukraine up to? And not so innocent. Well, police are hunting down a Catalan man from Spain, separatist leader. Police in Barcelona are hunting for the separatist former leader of Catalonia, Charles Puigdemont, who made a dramatic return to Spain after a 7-year exile despite facing an outstanding arrest warrant. The Mossos d'Esquadra Catalan police set up roadblocks within Barcelona and leading out of the city as part of Operation Yaula, or Cage, aimed at finding Mr. Puigdemont, who has been was seen leaving a rally in a car this morning. The operation was reportedly ended a few hours later. For much of the past several years, he's lived in Brussels after police indicted him for charges linked to a failed bid for Catalonian independence. They organized that referendum, which was ruled illegal by Spain's constitutional court and declared independence of the region. So he briefly addressed hundreds of supporters gathered near the Catalan parliament in Barcelona shortly ahead of the expected investiture of the new head of the Catalan government. Well, things are getting spicy in Spain. Fox News, according to the Washington Post, helped spread false rumors about the gender of Olympic boxing athletes. The problem is that Washington Post is also spreading unfounded rumors. Algeria's Iman Khalif and Taiwan's Lin Yuting have been described on the network as genetic males beating up on women. Fox News helped spread false claims, according to the Washington Post. Jeremy Barr claims that commentators on Fox News have continued to spread false claims that 2 Olympic female boxers are actually male, an allegation that gained steam after Khalifa quickly defeated Italian opponent Angela Carina on August 1st. Yeah. Khalif and Lin are biological females, and the International Olympic Committee has said that both boxers are eligible as women to participate. Well, the problem with that is that's also a false story. That may be a true statement, but they have been declared male by the International Boxing Association, which oversees boxing outside the Olympics. And so they continue the story saying that they try to discredit the IBA, and they say the IBA has offered no proof. Well, the IBA has no obligation to offer the Washington Post proof. The Washington Post has an obligation to be objective and report honestly. But this is an attempt to denigrate Fox News. If I were Fox News, I'd be calling my legal team right now to deal with these clowns. Ladies and gentlemen, they left dogs up there in the 50s. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? that astronauts trapped in space by Boeing's faulty Starliner have been giving horrific news. They may not come home until next year. I hope they got enough TV dinners up there. Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore, who have already been trapped on the International Space Station for more than 2 months on a 5-day mission, may not come back to Earth until February 2025. We'll sit right down and we'll tell a tale of a fateful trip that started on this tropic island aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailor man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers who sailed that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. Boeing's ship was faulty and they got stuck on the International Space Station. 3-hour tour. 5-day trip. And it's already 2 months and they're into next year. Wow, that sucks. Outfiltrationist wants to know, why do you say Scott Ritter's nasty or something like that? Just wondering, some of his commentary is quite interesting. Because he's a bold-faced, outright lying sack of shit. That's why. He's a lying sack of shit. He lied in the UN weapons inspection. He lied about what was going on in Iraq. He is a liar, and he's been reported and exposed repeatedly as a liar. The fact that he's still around, people actually listen to him, I find comical. Anyway, that's why I say that. Kibbles and bits. Franks and beans. That's what they'll be eating. They'll be an International Space Station. What's for dinner tonight? Franks and beans. Tomorrow, Friday. What's for dinner tonight? Franks and beans. It's an extended space holiday. We should have set Juju up with them. Well, despite the running mate's ultra-liberal record, most of the media jump on the Walz bandwagon, according to Fox News. Let me read some of the quotes that are going on here. It's comical. It is comical. That is not the form I was looking for. Hang on a second here. Here it is. CNN senior White House correspondent MJ Lee said, in Walz, we have somebody who sort of embodies the proud, the resilient, the hardworking, patriotic middle of the country. No, he resembles the dumpy, bald, honor-stealing, perpetual, pathological liar. That's what he resembles, MJ Lee. MSNBC's Jonathan Lemire, this is what they build him as. He's got that folksy Midwestern charm. I think it's right to spend time on his biography. It's very impressive. My biography is impressive. His is a packet of lies. Vanity Fair's Molly Jong-Fast on the same network said, he ice fishes. He's a hunter. He does butter carving. He's really a kind of rural American success story. Now, ice fishing, hunting, butter carving, rural American, these are the things the Democrats hate. These are the Democrats, the things they attack. They attack those of us who are conservative, country folk. They don't like us. But the right has responded. Federalist editor-in-chief Molly Hemingway said Tim Walz really is not known for being anything other than a pretty hardline progressive leftist, and that is spot on. Fox's Jesse Waters said this guy's not Minnesota nice. He's Minnesota nuts. Sanctuary cities, driver's license for illegals, sanctuary cities for sex changes for children, and Jesse Waters is spot on. Now, one dissenting voice on CNN was conservative Scott Jennings, who said, is it normal to let your biggest city in your state burn while you're the governor for 4 days, destroying thousands of businesses and hundreds of millions of dollars in property damage while you do nothing? Exactly. Now, here's an interesting thing we found out from the media today. One of the reasons why Josh Shapiro did not get selected, although he's a slimy lawbreaker and I detest him, he can be effective. But apparently Shapiro was annoying the Harris campaign. He had too many questions about how much authority he would have as the VP. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's too funny. That's too funny. Oh, my goodness. Well, Scott Ritter claims that his home has been raided, and it was. There he is. That's the guy. Well, Scott used to be fit as a fiddle. Not looking so fit these days. Yep. The police have raided his home. Look, folks, if you do anything with Russia in this government, you need to realize that they're covering up their ties to Russia by going after anybody who does anything in Russia. Look how they left Paul Whelan in prison for years. They left him in prison for years while they got America-hating, drug-toting WNBA basketball player out of Russia in just days. Yep. They'll be getting a WNBA player out who hates America and says so proudly, and they'll leave a Marine working for the CIA probably stranded in a prison over there for years. Now, that's how little they care. Well, here's a story, and this is why I opened up a Kick account. The Gateway Pundit says that streamer with nearly 30 million total followers melts down after getting harassed by Kamala Harris campaign and Secret Service for his live stream collaboration. This is crazy. He's on Twitch, not Kick. Twitch streamer Kai Sanat revealed shocking claims that Kamala Harris's campaign and the Secret Service have been persistently harassing him to collaborate on a stream. Why is the Secret Service talking to the streamer about supporting a political campaign? This is a violation of federal law. The role of Secret Service is not to help political campaigns. It's to protect designated people. Wow. Now, he has a massive following of 30 million over many platforms. Yep. So let me see if I can get this. Oh, that's Aiden Ross. He's the one that was on Kick, I think. Yep. I want to find this story. I thought I had this thing. But this guy, maybe it's down here a little further. There it is. This is wild. Okay, get ready for some profanity, folks. All right, are you ready for some profanity? Because this dude launches. You think I've had some profanity on my rants in the past. This dude launches. All right, let me get myself up there so I can react to this because it's going to be entertaining. All right, I'll move myself up here. He's in like a trailer. He's like in a mobile van. That's what he does. I guess that's where he streams from. All right, here we go. You ready for this? Listen to this, man. This is wild.
Penthouse in New York. Then on top of that, I got the fucking Secret Service calling me 5 times, nigga! I don't know goddamn shit about politics, man.
Dang, but he knows the N-word.
I don't know nothing. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't give a fuck. Okay?
Oh.
Listen, I had a bad bitch that I've been trying to get on.
I warned you. And it goes on from there. Wow, dude goes off. He's being harassed apparently by the Secret Service. This is a violation of federal election law. This is a violation of their oath. This is, if this is true, this is yet again the abuse of the government, misuse of government resources by corrupt Democrats. This is unbelievable. My goodness. Yeah. Well, it wasn't much of a table. He's inside of a moving van, so I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, this is what Democrats do. That's what they do in this country. It's unbelievable. Brett Sessoms has given a super chat. They'll be coming up in a second. Says Mississippi's become a fit state to recognize Armenian genocide. Wow, it took long enough, didn't it? Took long enough. Oh my word, was it the Grays? Welcome to the Cold War. NBA male basketball player Brittany Griner. And there's a super chat from Brett. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate the $10, man. Maybe Shapiro's pissed at the DNC. What's happening, says Lee. About what? Proudly South African. Don't give a crap any other nationality. F you if you're not patriotic South African. Ouch, LL Attainer. I mean, that's not very nice. Angelique Newey says, I've been seeing Kamala Harris rallies and all pictures of masses. No, let me explain what it is, Angelique. Those are 2 rallies in particular. 3. Number 1, they showed a rally in Philadelphia when Walz, and a couple of days ago. And that rally in Philadelphia, they claimed that the arena was packed. However, when a photograph was shown from a different angle, it showed that the majority of the arena was actually empty. They staged the photograph. So it was a crowd, but it wasn't a big crowd. So that was a lie. Then in Atlanta, they claimed that she had a massive crowd there, and she did. But that's because Megan Thee Stallion, the vile, potty mouth, horrific, disgusting singer, Megan Thee Stallion, she was performing, and the crowd came for Megan Thee Stallion. When she quit performing, they almost all left. Nobody wanted to hear what Kamala had to say. The rally in Eau Claire, Washington, and Wisconsin yesterday, which had a massive crowd and lines down the street, wasn't for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. It was for 2 top recording artists, top 100 performers, who happened to be from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. They came back to their hometown to support this evil wench, and that's why. So yeah, there were big crowds on 3 different occasions, but they were rent-a-crowds for artists, and one was a lie. So yeah, Angelique, the media is trying everything it can to lie. Yes, those are true photos, but the context is not valid. Eric Dom says, Ritter, if you search for him, there's some damning charges. Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much. That's my point. Alfiltrationist, there you go. The Colonel's gone. What do you mean the Colonel's gone? I'm here. Am I no longer online? What's going on? No, I'm here. What do you mean I'm gone? What are you talking about? You're scaring me, Lee. February 2025 is a long time. Yeah, to be in space, man. Ooh. Yeah, we don't need any tsunamis. All right. Okay, back to where the chat is now. All right, the lefties, what? The lefties. Freelance Kate's here. Maybe I'm going to go to sleep, says Lee. What happened? On that note, hello. Hey, Leilu. Do anyone have sound? You don't have sound? Hang on. Where's my microphone? Hey, listen, somebody please write in chat, one of the mods, address Lee, Lilo, tell Lee to refresh her page, to reload the stream. There's nothing wrong with the stream. It's her. It's her. All right. So yeah, please do that. Oh, she got it fixed. Okay. Can you hear me now? How pathetic are you if you need to top musicians? Exactly, Smee. That's exactly what's going on. Innocent until proven guilty. Okay, sound is good. We're good. All right, cool. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Wow, YouTube says I'm not live. Wow, that was weird. Oh, man. That was weird. Where are you now? I'm out. Villy. Oh, where you going, man? Happy Women's Day tomorrow. I didn't know that. Yeah, I was buffering too. It was here. Actually singing along, says Layla. Yeah, cool. I can see and hear you. Oh, it has been a crappy solar week. Yeah, it's we've had rain here this week in central Pennsylvania. It has been a bad week. Let me take a look at my panels here. Oof, it's been bad. Let's see here. Yesterday, just 10 kilowatts. The day before, 28. The day before that, 38. And the day before that, 40. So 40 to 38 to 28 to 10 to today, 4. Yeah, it could be the Secret Service, Angelique. That's right. It could be the Brits. It's MI5 or MI6. Which one is it? Which one's the foreign one? It's the spooks from the UK. They're checking in on me. Have I been retweeting the chaos in the UK? Do you know that reporting on events that have occurred could be hate speech in the UK? That's right. The public prosecutor for the United Kingdom has determined that people around the world who are simply retweeting the news from the UK will go to jail. Will you put Sky News in jail? CNN? What the hell is going on here? Let me check my stream and see if I'm losing my connectivity. Am I live again or no? Yeah, I keep losing my connection. I'm gonna check my internet speed, see what's going on here. Let me check it real quick. No, I don't want to buy. Jiminy Crickets, just start the test. They'll lie to me. This is my provider. They'll tell me, oh, it's great. All right, my download speed is almost a gigabyte per second. Yep, 800, 700. I'll have to test the upload. Yep. Yeah, I know it's buffering occasionally, folks. My apologies for that. Okay, so, all right. There we go. Let me see what the upload speed is. That's the problem. No, they're lying. They're telling me it's 20 megabytes. So it's not my provider. It's the PooTube. It's the PooTube. PooTube. I said the magic words. I said MI6. I said UK. I can't remember if they're coming. It's the Kambala memes breaking the internet. Could be, Arctic. That could be what it is. Just too many people sharing that stuff. Anyway. Wow. Yeah. Cocktube. That's what it is. That's why I keep looking for alternatives, folks. The song has to sound similar to the original as far as I know. I'm not a professional singer, but I have gotten a copyright takedown for singing the Ballad of the Green Beret with Steve Hofmeyer. Steve Hofmeyer and I sang the Ballad of the Green Beret at Velbedoct last year in February. He brought me up on stage and had me sing it with him, and I got a copyright strike. Yes, I did. I got a copyright strike. Let me see if I can find my TikTok account. By the way, I'm getting a couple bucks from TikTok. I guess somebody's watching the content there. I haven't really done much on it there. So let me see. What was this login crap? Come on. How did I get logged out? Use a QR code. Let's do that. All right. So I got to open my TikTok app. Oh, goodness gracious. I hate this. Why? Okay. So get out of my screen there. Where is my TikTok? There's TikTok. Okay, now I got to go to this, and then I've got to go.
Can you tell me why in 2020?
Yeah, I don't care about you, buddy. Shut up. Okay, I got to go up here, I think it is. No, I don't want to go wrong. Okay, shut up, loser. How do I do this then? I forgot. Scan remote device, confirm login. This is not working properly here. This is why I hate TikTok, one of the reasons. But you can use music on it. That's kind of nice. So, hang on a second. All your friends. It's somewhere in here, I thought. Okay, my QR code. There we go. Okay. No, that's not it. How do you do this? There used to be a little button down here to do it. No, it's not there anymore. It's strange how I'm still stuck at 12,700 followers, exactly where I was over a year ago. And people keep signing up and nobody's leaving. It's bullshit. Freaking TikTok, lying bastards. Okay, so... Okay, just do the camera, I guess, is what I got to do. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's how we do it. Okay, that's different. Confirm. Okay. All right, so I've confirmed. All right, now get me in there now. There we go. All right, TikTok. Now, oh, somebody's cutting up Breyer's ice cream. What the hell is that? So I want to go to my account. Okay, view profile. And then I want to search on my profile.
Well, hey there, Chick.
Don't play that. I don't want that.
Hey there, Chick.
I want to find, what were we doing here? I've now lost track. It's been so long. Oh, it was Steve Hofmeyer. It's not showing me my videos. See, I hate this. Why don't you just show me my videos? Anyway, if anybody knows where that video is, send me the link. I don't know where it's at, but let's try Velbedoc. Don't videos on Velbedoc. No. Yeah, this is why I hate TikTok. Anyway, so yeah, so couldn't find it there, folks. Couldn't find it. Sorry about that. Anyway, but I did sing with Steve Hofmeyer. He brought me up on stage in front of 8,000 people and had me sing the Ballad of the Green Beret and got a copyright strike for it. Yep. It's Taylor Swift. No, I'll pass. Yep. Just add cover in the video description. Yeah, I tried that. Doesn't work. Well, stop saying MI6. Well, yeah, TikTok is amusing. I did like the Barbara Rhubarb song. That was pretty cool. That was fun while it lasted. And then they used to do the one with, what's her name, was pretty good a while back. But yeah, some of those things. Look, we dropped to 79 people. What's that all about? Where'd y'all go, man? What's up with that? Where'd people go? Yeah, Secret Agent Man gets me a copyright claim. Copyright claim is okay. You can deal with that. Some of these songs share the revenue like it used to be, but it changes over time. Whoever had the rights to the Catalan, it used to be that I could play it. Then they changed it to, it was revenue sharing, and then they changed it to a copyright claim. I don't know if the ownership changed from Bok van Blerk's song or they just became toads about it. But when I played Bok van Blerk's Catalan, which is one of my favorite songs, Tussen bossen en bomen. That song really, really, really brings up emotions. That's a really good song. It is fantastic. And the video is incredible, too. All right, we never finished the news. Let's get back to that. We got distracted here by the chat, which is fine because people enjoy the chat. Let me just run through the news very quickly here because it's not particularly important. Delta Airlines says we spend billions on technology for this. So far this week, Delta's had a couple of nasty letters from tech company attorneys and downgraded earnings estimates from Wall Street analysts, but Hurricane Debbie is causing cancellations delays. The letters were from attorneys representing Microsoft and CrowdStrike. Wow. Both companies claim that they offered help to Delta, which they turned it away. So Delta is like, we spent all this money in technology, and that's what happens? Well, passengers are now suing Delta for what happened. Over refund refusals. Wow, they're refusing to refund people? That's stupid. There's Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport right there. Oh, I spent plenty of time there. Some Delta airline passengers whose flights were canceled when the airline melted down due to the global tech outage have sued the airline in a class action alleging that Delta refused or conditioned refunds to passengers as it struggled with mass cancellations. Well, that's not good. Delta is in a lot of trouble. Boeing is in a lot of trouble. Boy, the airline industry not looking pretty. The highly anticipated Perseid meteor shower is about to peak. If you want to watch it, it's pretty cool. And if you probably don't know what this is, but the Leonid meteor shower, this is the Perseid. the most popular one of the year. It's already underway, and most of the shooting stars expect to fall around August 11th as the shower reaches its peak. It occurs every year when Earth plows through a stream of space rubble left behind by a large comet called Swift Tuttle. Bits of debris going over 100,000 miles, 160,000 kilometers per hour, strike the planet's atmosphere, creating quick streaks of light and sometimes dramatic fireballs. Well, that's interesting. I don't want NPR's newsletter. As late as you can be out, the better the views, the darker the sky will be. As the moon sets, you'll have plenty of nice, pretty dark sky. Well, that's cool. Look at that. That time-lapse photograph from Inner Mongolia. Man, oh man. Looks like everything's flying right at you there. The Perseid. Well, SpaceX has an August 26th date. This has been moved up for the historic Polaris Dawn astronaut mission. This is exciting. It'll be the first private spacewalk. There's a artist's illustration, a rendition of what it's going to look like. SpaceX is now targeting August 26th for the launch of the Polaris Dawn, a crewed flight to Earth orbit that will feature the first ever private spacewalk. The news, which the Polaris Dawn team announced yesterday via post, firms a previously vague window. The most recent target for the groundbreaking mission was mid-August. Polaris Dawn will send 4 people to Earth orbit aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule, which will lift off from NASA's Kennedy Space Center atop a Falcon 9 rocket. And there's the crew. 4 crew members are billionaire entrepreneur Jarek Isaacman, who will command the mission, pilot Scott Kidd Poteet, a retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, and mission specialist Sarah Gillis and Anna Menon, both of whom are SpaceX engineers. Polaris Dawn will take the quartet to Earth orbit on a free-flying mission that does not link up with the International Space Station. The planned private spacewalks aren't the only way it will make history. Polaris Dawn will circle our planet at an altitude of 435 miles, taking the crew further from Earth than any mission since the Apollo era. Wow. It's the first of 3 planned crew missions for the Polaris program, all of which will use SpaceX hardware. Wow. Good luck to SpaceX. We'll cover that one. I don't know when the launch is going to be. That'll be exciting. Well, this is a story I talked about earlier, and you have to be careful when you talk about stolen valor. And in this video, he doesn't really claim stolen valor. He just misleads people. No, they're going to be nowhere near the station to pick him up. Well, nearly 500,000 people, actually it was 600,000 people, tuned in to watch President Trump live stream with Kick streamer Aiden Ross. And that's why I started a Kick account. If he can get 600,000, I should be able to get 6,000. He has 4.4 million YouTube subscribers. Wow. Must be nice. What does he know?
I want to present to you this gift right here. I hope you like watches, Rolexes.
Oh, that's a beautiful watch.
Yeah.
Should I
This
open
kid
it?
can afford a Rolex
And
for
then
a
show the
billionaire.
camera.
That's a great watch, actually. Good company. There's good company.
You like Rolex?
They like Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player and Arnold Palmer and all the golf guys.
Unbelievable. So he gets Donald Trump. And that's the news for today. All right. We've got 87 people here. Be sure to hit the like button, folks. Hit that like button. We're at 84 likes. It's going to be a long day for me again. I've got... the veterans meeting tonight. It's not going to be a pleasant one, so I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah, I know that SpaceX mission will not pick up the stranded astronauts. They have to come up with another one to get up there. And the problem is that I'm not sure where they're going to dock. I know there's more than one docking point for this International Space Station, but that ship can't undock. The Boeing Starliner that's attached to it can't go anywhere. It's stuck. It can't autonomously deploy. So it can leave, but with the astronauts inside. But then they're trapped in the capsule, and it doesn't work properly. It's got hydrogen leaks. This is bad. The thrusters don't work. How do I ask Trump for an interview, Mike? How do I do that? Yeah, it looks like he lost weight and he's losing hair, but he's in his 80s. It's bound to happen. Vedant, bread and circus, that's all. What are you talking about there, man? Any visible southern atmosphere, though. I'm not sure whether it's in the south. Space is fake, says Vedant. Vedant says space is fake. Hendrik Becker, it's too late for the UK. I was working all over London. Yeah, no. Please, Hendrik, feel free to share. I've been to the UK over and over and over again since 1992. My first visit was 92, and I've gone there repeatedly. And the United Kingdom has gone nowhere but down, 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 down. Oh, Lee's leaving. Sorry to see you leave. Dylan says, good luck with the evening. Well, thank you for that, Dylan. I do appreciate that. Yeah, the UK has gone down. When I was first there in 92, the John Major government was shutting down the collieries, the coal mines, and the country was suffering immensely in a real bad period of time after Thatcher left office. Things went bad. So each time I go back, with the exception of London looking better for a period of time, but then it became Londonistan It's not English anymore, especially the east side of the city. Completely not English. Look, I get nationalities from all over the world working at Canary Wharf, generating billions of dollars of wealth for all kinds of people and facilitating financial flows. That's fine. But people demanding Sharia and chasing police out of East London, Leicester, Luton, Manchester, no, that is not cool. Cheers from GG. Stand by, says Mike. What is going on? What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? Stand by. What, are you going to give me a contact for Trump? That'd be fantastic. I'd be happy to interview Trump. Yep. Wouldn't that be amazing? I suppose we'd have to do it on another platform. He said something, though. Hope your questions get priority in Trump confrontation. Huh. Not one truthfully asked question. What are you talking about, man? On that Aiden thing? Setchfeld, I don't know what you're talking about, man. What are you talking about? You're now I'm very curious. Vikings ran into battle with more than their swords held high. Yeah, they did. Yeah, now Sedgefield's got me curious what he's talking about. Hey, folks, on rugby. That's weird. It happened again. That's the third or fourth time now. I don't know what's going on. If it's YouTube or what's going on. Yeah, I see, Charmaine. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so, and we're back. Yeah, Matthew, exactly. Ross was polishing Mark's marbles very weak. Okay, thank you, Sedgefield. That's kind of what I figured. And he gets 100 million views for that. See, that's the crazy thing. Yeah, Joe Rogan gets 100 million views. You know, it's frustrating. Anyway, yeah. So MI6. Hey, Mikey. It is MI6. No, it may just very well be a problem at YouTube. Sometimes this is a problem at YouTube. It's just they can't handle stuff. I mean, they've got millions of people doing things. There's probably hundreds of thousands of people live streaming at this very moment. Yep. Probably hundreds of thousands of people. So that's part of the problem. Yeah, anyway, so back to the rugby. So we've got Rugby Ascendant this weekend. Let me go check out the other games we're going to cover. So we've got the Sharks and Griquas will be on tomorrow. I'll be covering that tomorrow morning. Friday morning, Sharks and Griquas. Then I'll do the news after that. And then the next Curry Cup, hang on. The Cheetahs play at 1:05 on the 10th. Where did the South Africa game go? What's going on here? Did I miss it? Now the South Africa game is not listed. What the hell happened here? I better have the South Africa game tomorrow. Okay. And then the 10th. It doesn't show it. Oh, there it is. This is weird. It's got a later time. Usually they're time sequence, but they've got Province and Cheetahs. So on Saturday, I'll do the excuse me, the first game on Friday, the Sharks. Then on Saturday, it's midnight for me with the Wallabies in South Africa. Then I've got Province and the Cheetahs. That's at 1 o'clock my time. But there should be a morning game. Yeah, Lions and Pumas. So that's all screwed up. New Zealand's on at 3 a.m. versus Argentina. I'm not going to stay up for that. That's a bit too much. Yeah. So that's going to take care of this weekend. Yeah. So we'll be watching that stuff over there. So anyway, pretty strange. Angelique, I don't know when the Dricus fight is. I don't watch boxing unless it's men dressed up as women. Then I can watch it. The USA made the semifinals for water polo. Men or women? Men or women? Which was it? Let's take a look at the medal count. The Chi-Coms went ahead of us with 28 golds, although we have 95 medals earlier. Let's see if we got any more. No, it's they've now got 70 medals, 28 golds. We've got 27 golds and 95 medals. South Africa's stuck on 4. By the way, South Africa's Olympic history has not been particularly impressive since they were admitted back into the Olympics. Excuse me. Since it came back in the Olympics has not been that impressive. They have had a total of just 38 medals since they returned to the Olympics. And, of course, South Africa returned to the Olympics in 1992, or was it 88? It was 92 in Barcelona. They came back in 92 and got 2 medals. So they won 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Olympics before this one, and they had 38 medals in 8 Olympics. That's 3 or 4 per Olympics. Their best performance was in Rio when they got 10 medals, 2 gold, 6 silver, and 2 bronze. In Tokyo, which was a bizarre Olympics and messed up, just 1 gold, 2 silver, and of course that gold was by Tatiana Smith, 2 silver and 3 bronze. So, or excuse me, 1 gold and 2 silver, so 3 medals total. Historically, throughout the entire history of the modern Olympiads, which began in St. Louis in 1904 for South Africa, there have been 89 medals total. Yep. And of those, 27 have been gold. That's actually a pretty good mix, 27, 33, and 29 for the medals, but just not getting it done of late. In the 2016 Rio Olympics, of course, we had the Olympic team was with the bronze medal for a disappointing performance, but let's go back and take a look at who was on that team for the sevens. Cheslin Colby, wow. Jean de Jong, Seabatla Sanatla, Justin Geduld, Kyle Brown, Cecil Africa, Quagga Smith, Werner Koch, Roscoe Speckman, Philip Sneyman, Dylan Sage, Francois Hugard, and Tim Agaba. I don't know who Tim Agaba is. How did that team not win gold or silver? They got bronze in that sevens. That's heartbreaking. They should have gotten a gold medal that time. This time they were lucky to get a bronze, and we're happy to have it. But 4 medals in the Paris Olympics for South Africa, and 2 of them are from Tatiana Schoonmaker, 1 from the rugby. So hang in there, South Africa, but you need to start getting some more. Now, I was sent a message that came in off for cons, and I did not have a chance to look this up. I tried to search it online. I found no news on it, but this is pretty tragic news here. Let me find it. Where'd it go? Okay. Is it not true? Okay, I'm very confused. I thought I received a message telling me that Yanni Duplessis' home was broken into and he was robbed. Is that true? Does anybody know if that's true? I haven't found any news on that. Is that fake news? But Yanni Duplessis, former Lion and Shark. Big weekend in Persefontaine. Heads up, Chris, to accept me on Super Brew. Okay, thank you, Giuseppe. Let me go to Super Brew real quick and do that. Are you going to kill me with your outstanding picks and performance? I assume it's in the Rugby Championship. You want me to do that. So let me go to my captaincies. Yes, new applicant for the Rugby Championship. Okay. All right. Where are the managed pool applicants? And the man who founded modern Italy is on there. All right, that takes our total up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people in the Rugby Championship. That'll be a tough one, be a tight one. We'll see how it goes. So you're in there. Thank you, Giuseppe, for reminding me of that. Appreciate that. All right. Fake biltong being sold called Jumpy Jump. That's disgusting. What is it made of? Tofu? Drekus. Yeah, I'm not so. USA in the water polo. Yeah. Polish Kamala is an interview, Colonel. Polish Kamala? Who the heck is Polish Kamala? What is that? I know what you're talking about. Polish Kamala. What the heck that is? Don't know what that is. Anyway, so again, I've started a Kick account. I mean, if Aiden can have that many people on there, with some views, we'll see what happens there. Post Super Brew link. Yeah, okay, Angelique, we'll do that again. We do that frequently, but I got to open up Super Brew again. I just closed it. All right. We also have a Curry Cup one, but we're well into the season, so I don't know if it's really fair to join. We let some people join the last couple weeks, and I don't know if that was cool, but I just did it anyway. Invite, and here is the link. So come on over and join us, Angelique. And it all starts this weekend. Make your picks. Don't forget to make your picks. Shoot. Paste. There is the Super Brew pool for anybody who wants to join it. I'll go back to the leaderboard and see if anybody signs up. Okay, cool. All right, so we're waiting for round 1 to start this weekend in Super Brew. I'll leave that open this time. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. It's been terrible for me, battled with a nasty flu. I'm sorry to hear that, James. Do you have the Rona? I know, I'm sorry you have that. I hope you feel better. Giuseppe says, thanks, you're welcome. Smee says, aren't there laws against purposely spreading false fake news? Well, the UK claims to have one, but there shouldn't be any law. Why should it be parody, satire, humor? People can say whatever they want. Why should there be laws against speech? The only speech that should be forbidden or controlled is speech that incites violence or causes harm. Spreading fake news doesn't cause harm. I mean, people should be ostensibly intelligent enough to determine whether something's true or not. So I'm against that sort of thing. Ask Andrew Tate. Angelique has signed up. Let me go improve her. Okay. Doesn't. Oh, there she is. Okay. Oh, that's a lovely profile photo, Angelique. Wow. Very nice photo. All right. So why is it not showing me? Here we go. There it is. Okay. Applicants. Approve. You are approved. Now watch. Angelique's going to come here and be like a superstar like Chris Murray and just destroy us. And I'll go from the top of the rank as I keep being pushed down here. Oh, yeah. No, I got you, Smee, again. But there is actually laws against some of that behavior. So news organizations can be sued for libel and slander if they commit it. So you got to be careful. Matthew says, nice photo. I think I'll join too. Haha, Matthew. We'll see if you join. Well, everybody's abandoning the stream. 67 now. What's going on? What's going on? We haven't even hit the 90-minute mark. Today, people just aren't interested. Anyway, so that's weird. King Charles got his tongue removed. What? Is that fake news? Is that fake news? We're going to run with that now? All right, so let me get rid of some of these things over here I don't need anymore. All right, I'm going to just go check and see if anything's broken while we've been on here. So, any breaking news coming out? Russia says fighting continues in Kursk. Mohammed Yunus takes the oath. Oh, there's some news that's broken. Search crews find dead man after tropical storm Debbie causes damage and destruction in Wilson County. Ouch. Fox News says Kamala Harris says running mate Tim Walz is not normal. I would agree with that. United States versus Serbia. This could be a trap for the U.S. men's basketball team. They might not win there. Yep. What else we got here? Romanian oligarch hired Hunter Biden to influence U.S. policy. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Oh, in Romania, we know about China, we know about Ukraine, but now apparently it's Romania too. Boy, this guy and the Biden crime family are just out of control, folks. They are just so out of control. So let's take a look at this story. Lucien Brueggemann on ABC News. ABC, if ABC is reporting this, you know it's got to be true because they don't want to report bad news. Boy, he really looks like his creepy father there, doesn't he? Prosecutors and special counsel David Weiss's officers are accusing Hunter Biden of accepting payments from a Romanian businessman who was attempting to influence U.S. government agencies while his father was vice president. The special counsel's claim in a court filing Wednesday in the younger Biden's federal tax case stems from Hunter Biden's work on behalf of Gabriel Popovici, a wealthy Romanian who prosecutors say hired the president's son for legal work in 2015. Wow. So, my goodness. So he was selling us out to Romania, too. Who did the Bidens not sell us down the river to? Matthew Dixon says he's in, no need to prove. Well, that's because you were there before, Matthew, and so you get a free pass. Let's just go back and see. I'm going to go back and see what's going on. Captaincies. Matthews. You're not in. You're fibbing, man. I got to let you in. It says applicants. Oh, no, it's Charmaine. Okay, it's not Matthew. Oh, look at that. Matthew didn't lie. Let me see if he's in there. Well, you were here before. That's why. I sent you an invitation already. But I don't see you here, Matthew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 people now in the pool. All right. And I have the sexiest photo of all. Although Hanks is pretty good. This is pretty good. The Bunnings rugby. Should I do that? That's the wow. When is this thing start? August. It starts August 9th. Who would I support in Bunnings? I'm going to join it. Auckland, Bay of Plenty, Canterbury, Manukau, Hawke's Bay, North Harbour, Northland, Tasman, Taranaki, Southland, Waikato, Wellington. I like Taranaki and I like their stadium, but I like Wellington too. I'm going to pick Wellington. So now I've joined the boring New Zealand rugby. And August 9th at 1:35, so that's pretty close. I'm just going to go blind here and pick teams. Auckland over Wellington. Okay, Canterbury over Northland. Just going to pick the home teams. Southland. No, I'll pick Otago here. I know they're pretty good. Waikato. Yeah. Okay, North Harbor, Hawke's Bay, go with North Harbor. Boy, there's a lot of teams here. Bay of Plenty, Counties, Monacoop. I don't know. Okay, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games I can pick. So 16 teams. All right, so now I'm in it. I've never played the New Zealand rugby because it's boring, but, you know, looking for something to do. All right, so no more chat since you said you were in? Huh? Well, Charmaine, you're in there now. What is going on in my chat over here? It's not up to date. Refresh chat. Come on. Let's get up to date here. Now I have no chat. Well, that's disturbing. There it is. Top chat. Stop it. Live chat. There we go. All right. Now it's up. It's PooTube. Yeah, it's acting up. I think YouTube has got some issues today, folks. Pretty crazy stuff. It's a shame if you're having trouble because I'm having good performance by video earlier. Let's take a look and see how it's doing now since we went live. I've got 300 more views, so it's slowing down. But the MK video I did got some views. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's at 1,800. But it's slowing down a lot. Okay. Shame. Hopefully we'll get to a few thousand more. Anyway, that was the news that broke today. So, all right. We're here, says Matthew. Okay. All right. Updates on the Cuban-Canadian sun. What's going on with Juicy Trudeau? I don't know. Let's take a look and see. We'll look for Trudeau. Justin Trudeau. I spelled it wrong. Canadian police arrest man who allegedly makes threats against Prime Minister. Trump repeats debunked claim that Canadian Prime Minister could be Fidel Castro. Really? Did he say that? He's being facetious, and they actually act like he's serious. Justin Trudeau's bleak poll numbers are part of global trend as young voters reject incumbents. No, they reject socialists. That's what's going on. Be honest. Donald Sutherland mourned by Justin Trudeau and Helen Mirren and others. Yeah, well, he's Canadian. Okay, so not a lot of news on Juicy Trudeau. Let's see. Juicy Trudeau. What are his poll numbers? Will you even tell us here? Oh, they're not giving us the numbers. All right, anyway. So not much going on with little Juicy Trudeau. Sorry about that if that's not what you're expecting to find out, but not much going on there. So I loaded onto BitChute earlier. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos I put on there that hadn't been on for a while. So anyway, hadn't loaded anything on BitChute for quite some time. I can't find any evidence that Yanni Duplessis' family got attacked. Someone sent me a message earlier. Now it's disappeared. So I don't know where that went. Maybe it was here. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong person. Nope, not there anymore. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. It came back. The person gave it back. All right. Actually, I want these glasses. These are better. These are the cool ones. I don't want to break these now. I really like these. Okay. Okay, it's being reported in Bield and also being reported in Marola Media. Blut van Jesus. Bescam to Bova ud Bok. Wow. That's interesting. Let me try to get this up and I'll translate it because I can't read all that fast and figure it out. No news in the U.S. fleet in the Middle East. That's all quiet at the moment, so let me look this up. Okay, here we go. Marola Media. Oh, I hate this because they don't let me copy the text. Damn it. You bastards. You want people to read your freaking stuff, then you need to let people actually copy the text and translate it. I wonder if I can translate this page here. Is there a thing to translate? Translate page. Here we go. Isn't available for this page. Damn it. We don't support Afrikaans. Of course you don't. Okay. Saturday in her room in the house with her 3 kids, Rosalie 11, Hele 9, and friends, Andrea 7. Okay. Wow. Pretty scary stuff. Wow. So I understand that they were robbed and they were assaulted. So yeah, it's true. All right, got to go. See you, Angelique. Check out the American Homestead chat about what WAF want to mandate checks on cows and workers. That's crazy. Look in the chat, says D. Barham. What chat? Check your email. I'll have questions about guests. Huh? People send me all kinds of stuff right now. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Is this real? Congrats, you've been selected to become a TikTok shop creator. You've been creating amazing content. You're invited to join TikTok shop affiliate program where you can earn commissions by sharing products. Okay. Is this for real? Well, it's all TikTok links. All right, well, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll hawk some stuff. Yikes. Yikes. Anyway. All right, so I don't know what's going on there. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up here. Thanks for being with us today. Go check out the Kick channel. Nintendo, go to sleep. I haven't seen him. He was pimping that earlier. He had 6 followers last time I looked. And we have 12 followers now. Cool. Red Storm Rising. All right, I'll update that site over the weekend. Not right now, so we'll check it out. Beware they don't hack your YouTube account. Who's hacking my YouTube account? Twitter? TikTok? Jan, it says, good show. Yeah, a lot of TikTok creators are selling merch. Cheers, old people. All right, well, we'll see. No, it's a program on TikTok. You've got to reach a certain level, and then you get invited, but I've never been invited before. So thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Red Storm Rising. That's the next thing we got going on another channel. Apparently, you can only do live streams. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes. It looks like a bit of a delay there, so I'll see how it plays out. I got to learn how to put the chat on the screen because apparently you don't see the chat otherwise. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. MI6. Should we leave you with this one?
My mind's going blank now.
My mind's going blank. All right. Good night, everybody. Take care. And look forward to seeing people on the Rugby on Rugby Ascendant. Cheers.